Hey guys, Billbox here, and welcome back to the second video of Aviassembly. And you're gonna see something wrong with this picture, okay? So, if you watch my Star Blast video that I uploaded on Billbox's Random Antics at Games a few days ago, you would know, at least if you watched it all the way through, that I had an issue of file corruption with that video and I had to reshoot it. So, you want to guess what happened to my last video on this? I had to reshoot it. So, unfortunately, what that means is I did a lot of campaign work and I pretty much lost that recording. So, as sucky as it is, there is now a big gap between last video and this video. So as you can see, I definitely have a much different plane. I have different engines, fuel tanks on my plane. So as unfortunate as it is, we're just gonna have to continue on with this this plane in its current state. I'm not going to upgrade or worry about anything else. We're just gonna jump right into it. So the only upgrades I made to this plane, if I go to the edit menu here, just to breeze over everything. So I swapped out our last cockpit, which was a normal one, for this glider cockpit because it is very light. I extended the fuselage a little bit, added some tail wings. Of course, I got these three engines now, which are, if I go to the engines tab here, they are this engine, our upgraded engine, with just a little less thrust, but way less engine consumption. So these three engines are together outputting 30 thrust, which is two of these engines, while using the same amount of fuel as just one of the upgraded engines, and I only have three engines. So it is way more fuel efficient and just way better for traveling long distances and carrying loads. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I have the upgraded steel landing gear and the big landing gear on the back. Like I said, I also have some extra fins there, and then the glider cockpit, and that's pretty much it. And then if we go to our map here, I can show you kind of what we did. So we pretty much have all we have to do is bring batteries to the camps and complete this this one little airport down here, and I think that's everything we have to do. No, okay, so we have to do Spring Hills. We have to deliver medicine, deliver fruit, 2 big batteries, lumber camp, 3 big batteries, farm, 2 big batteries, and then the weather station, we need a wood log and 2 lumber. So the wood log is going to be the only issue, because I need a lot of storage for that. I think it's 150, and I only have 68. But for right now, I just pressed the wrong button. For right now, let's go back to the map here. Let's work on Spring Hills, which is the place I unlocked last video. Unfortunately, you guys can't see that because, yeah, that recording's no good. So, we need 4 medicine. So, let's fly to the hospital here, and let's pick up 4 medicine. And by the way, if you guys want to see how this plane handles, I got the 3 wooden wings on it, and it's awesome, actually. It's got plenty of power. It's got good speed. I would love for more storage capacity, but it can handle itself pretty well. With these 3 engines, it can handle itself pretty darn well. So that's all I guess I'm worrying about right now. My landing, I would like to think, has gotten a little better because I've been playing a little off camera just for myself because I do enjoy the game quite a bit. My landing's definitely seen an improvement. 3 fuel, let's load our 4 medicine that we need. We can fit exactly 4 pretty much. And let's just go fly straight over to Springdale. So you guys have never seen Springdale before. Pretty much what it is it's Maplewood. It's literally Maplewood, but just in a different spot. And Maplewood's that one like housing district we were flying to a lot last episode. So it's another housing district. So once we deliver this 4 medicine, we'll also need to go get 4 fruit. Which, if you guys remember where the fruit is, it is right by the lumber camp, pretty much. Which did we? Oh gosh, my memory fails me now. Did we actually go to the lumber camp in the last video? I don't know if we did, actually. Oh shoot. Did we? I'm gonna get this so wrong. I'm almost gonna say we didn't. All right then. I'm gonna, just in case, I'm quickly gonna fly by the lumber camp because it's not too far from here, and I can make it on this fuel tank just to show you guys where it's at. I know you know where the farm is at because we did plenty of missions with that last time. But I'm just gonna quickly fly over to the lumber camp so you guys can see, because I don't remember if you guys saw it last time. So yeah, it's right here on the very corner of the continent. Just a small little dirt landing strip. Not much to it. We can pick up. Oh, we're actually going too fast for our wings. That is not good. Yeah, that's the only issue with this plane, is we get enough speed that it actually can break our wooden wings, which is not a fun scenario because that pretty much turns us into a missile. Pretty much a missile. Okay, let's land here, and then I need to check to see what we need. Oh, ooh, this could be a speedy landing. And just like that, nice smooth, well, not really a smooth landing. Okay, what cargo do we need? We need 4 fruit. I think we can only carry 2 at a time. We can carry 3 at a time, so we'll have to make one more trip. However, we are very heavy like this, so it is taking quite a bit out of our plane's speed, which is a downside, unfortunately. But there's not really much that I can do about that, at least for now. Now, because I played on my own campaign, I do actually have some saved versions of a plane that we can copy and paste when we have enough money. I don't know if we're going to do that or if we're just going to completely rebuild our own, but I have kind of idea of the planes we're going to need for the game as the game gets further along. So we'll see about that. Also, my wings are about to break because we're going too fast. I think their braking speed is 200, so we don't want to go 200 with these wings. All right. Oh, let's lose some airspeed. Oh, I'm gonna crash if I'm not careful. I haven't had any bruh moments yet. Let's not have a repeat of the last video where we just had bruh times 7. Thank you for the delivery. 134 coins. Awesome. And we need 1 more fruit. And we're gonna. Oh, I need to refuel before I forget. The nice thing about me adding so many fuel tanks, which we have 3 small fuel tanks to it, is we have a lot of fuel now. So really, even if we're way down and we're moving slow, we don't really have to worry about fuel all that much. I don't have to keep stopping at runways, which actually became a big annoyance last time. Or the video I tried to record but failed. That was a big annoyance, having to keep stopping on runways and all the fun stuff that comes along with that. So we're just gonna fly over here and hope that everything works out fine. We need to get 1 more fruit. I'm actually gonna throttle down a little bit too so we don't crash. Let's get our 1 fruit. Let's finish that up. Then I think we just need batteries, which we can take 1 battery per trip because our capacity is currently 68 and each big battery weighs 55. So we can make, it'll take quite a bit of trips, but we can do all the missions for the battery, and we can actually move on to the next part of the game, which I'm not going to spoil it yet. If you guys know what it is, then you know what it is. But for any of you guys who are new to this game, Aviassembly, I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to ruin the surprise. So we are just going to go up. There's an extra 5 scrap. I will take it. We are going to make it in time. Now, I don't want to hint it, but further on in the game, we will need a way faster plane because some food items expire at the distances that we're going to be traveling. So, I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't, I apologize. You're going to have to wait and figure it out. So, let's finish up this. And I think we just need 2 batteries as well for this stop. Get our coins here. And we are up to 424 coins now, which is pretty darn good. But I do want to save up quite a bit more. And yeah, we just need 2 big batteries. So let's go do our 2 big batteries really quick. That shouldn't take very long. And I'm just going to do a time lapse for that. All right, and there's the last big battery, and this stop is now completely finished. So let's have a look at our map. We're at 674 coins now. Awesome. I want to get to at least 2,000 before we finish up this island. I think that's what we'll get to, but we are going to need to make some upgrades to the plane too as well. So yep, Spring Hills is done. Let's tackle the lumber camp, and then we'll do the farm we'll do the farm first. Because the lumber camp, we also need to do another stop where we need lumber for, so we can travel back and forth. All right, and just like that, we have completed the farm, I think, entirely now. Let's verify to make sure. Oh, no, we have not. Okay, we need some lumber to repair the farm, actually, really quick. I forgot. Yep, just 3 lumber, and we can actually just do that right here because the lumber mill is literally right next to the farm. So this is actually a very good, I completely forgot about this, by the way. This is actually a very good and quick and easy. So we're instead of going back and doing the batteries for the lumber mill real quick, we're just gonna go get the lumber and do all these lumber missions. And then we can also get lumber for the weather station because we need to get some lumber for that as well while we're here. So let's do all the lumber things, and then the only all the lumber missions for all the stops, and then the only other mission that we'll need to come here for will be the actual log, which we'll need to take one of, which is 120, and that's gonna be a big thing we're gonna have to do, but we don't have to worry about that right now. I can only fit one plank in at a time, so I gotta go make a few trips, which isn't bad for you guys at least, because you guys get to just watch a time lapse. For me, it's just pain and suffering and long flights. So yep, enjoy this time lapse. Do 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 do. Wee! Okay, we're going way too fast. Oh, try not to crash. Try not to. Oh, try not to crash. Oh my goodness, that was a hard landing. Just like that, we have now finished the farm. I think. Yep, the farm is all done. Yep, doodles. So let's fly back to the lumber camp and buy batteries. Actually, no, we need to fly to the lumber camp. Then we're going to go straight to the weather station with 1 lumber. And then from the weather station, we're going to go to the batteries. We're going to fly back to the lumber camp. And then we're going to bring back another lumber, finish all the lumber quests from the weather station, pick up a battery, and then we'll just have to keep flying back and forth. If that makes sense. If not, there's nothing really I can do. We're just going to quickly fly over. And by the way, if you guys want to gauge how long it takes me to get to the lumber camp from here, it's literally like not even a minute. So it's really simple. Really simple. It is kind of a hard landing strip to land on because you can only really land on it from two sides unless you're like going really slow, or either that or you'll just fall off the side or run into a tree. So you have to like come in from the two angles because it's on a peninsula, which kind of sucks. It's kind of hard to get into, but that's fine, especially when you're carrying heavy loads like wood logs, which obviously we haven't done yet in this campaign, but in mine I have, so I know from a little bit of experience. So let's mark the weather station here, and let's just fly straight to the weather station. Badam Pam, look at that. Here we go. You got one lumber. Now we just need to fly to the batteries, which is literally right next door to this. It's not far at all. And we're going to go pick up our large battery, and then we're going to deliver it to the lumber camp again. We'll bring another piece of wood or whatever it is back here, and we'll go from there. But pretty simple. You guys understand the drill now. More time lapses coming right up. Oops, sorry for banging the mic there. I'm just going to get one mega time lapse for all the lumber camp and probably the rest of the weather station logs. All right, time to take, I believe, our last piece of lumber. Oh no, we need to go get one more battery. I'm sorry, I had to walk away for a second to go do something. Also, I just noticed that there's a bunch of floating trees. Hello? I mean, given this game is still in early access, so yeah, I'm not too surprised. I don't know, just a neat little thing. There's just a couple floating trees there. I don't think it's supposed to be like that, but we're gonna go and finish off this mission, and I think we're gonna have to go back to the garage, and we're gonna have to do a little editing to our plane so that we can do that final mission for this, at least this area. And I hinted a little bit at what's to come, by the way, if you just paid attention to what I said. So we're gonna pick up our last battery here. Nice and easy. I just love the fact that this plane has the fuel to get us with a fully loaded battery, almost our entire load capacity, all the way to the lumber mill while being 95% loaded down, which is pretty good. It does not want to take off as short as a time, but because we have these three wings here, we have plenty of lift to still get off the ground in a reasonable amount of time. Sorry, I'm having to adjust the microphone there because I just sat back down again. And yeah, so it's been going pretty smooth now. I mean, we're cruising at about a speed when we get to the lumber mill at about 170. So it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. One thing I would like, which we're gonna have to do some unlocking here, and I'll show you why in just a moment. We'll have to build a custom plane just to do that final mission at the lumber camp. So I'm gonna have to fly back, or I'm gonna have to reset at base after we finish this right here. Let's try not to die. Ooh, no, please don't. Oh, that would be so annoying. All right, that should be the final mission for the lumber camp. Yep, as sad as it is. Now we just need to go back to, wait, let's verify really quick. Let's make sure we've done everything. Lumber camp doesn't need anything else. Nope. 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 All right, let's go back to the base. We need to extend our capacity to be able to carry some more weight. And that's gonna unfortunately mean that we're gonna have to get rid or extend. Let's see if we can actually fly with this, because I didn't check center of gravity. Ooh, no, I think we're doing all right. Ooh, we don't lift off very fast, which is going to be interesting because that one runway is not very long. And also, we are lacking heavily on speed. This isn't great. Tell you what I can do though. Hold on, let's see how this goes. Okay, yeah, we definitely for sure don't have enough speed. I know how we can get some extra speed. It's gonna cost us fuel wise though. Let's go back to edit our plane. Let's get rid of these and let's replace them with this upgraded engine right here. And you know what? We might as well just go and delete these and also upgrade this with the upgraded engine. That way we don't have to worry about power issues. All right, that'll do like that. And I'm actually gonna go into the custom move thing and move it in. It is clipping a little bit. I don't really care. This is just like I said for one flight. After this, it doesn't really matter what type of plane we have. There we go. It does get us off the ground quite a bit faster, and we are going faster. Okay, this is exactly what we need. However, we are burning through fuel like crazy. Okay, yeah, we need to fix our fuel issue because we need to have enough fuel to get from the lumber mill to at least Maplewood before we die, before we run out of fuel. So we need to add 2 more fuel tanks. The only bad part is this weighs us down quite a bit because, yeah, fuel's heavy. All right, can we still get off the ground? Ooh, our wheel load is already struggling, and we don't even have that 120 load yet. All right. This is enough. I think this will get us where we need to be. And then we can worry about, you know, upgrading our plane next. Because we're going to have to make some upgrades, which is why we have the money we have right now. So, I think, ooh, we don't have enough fuel to fly straight. Oh, I just added 2 more fuel tanks and it's acting like I didn't add any more fuel tanks. This thing has bad fuel the amount of fuel. However, it does, I think, have plenty of lift to get this job done, so I think we'll be okay. It's just gonna be closer than I would like it to be. Alright, slow down. This is going to be where it gets interesting because I need to make sure that I have enough runway. So I'm actually going to turn around here because I want to make sure that I have the maximum amount of runway possible. Let's try not to stall out and die. Alright, control, get rid of all the airspeed. I think this is plenty of runway. Oh, before I crashed into the pole. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Refuel. Back up, and like that. Alright. Now, load cargo. Alright, move, refuel. Okay, I refueled as much as I possibly can. It is heavy. It is so heavy. Okay, we're off the ground. Maplewood, straight to Maplewood. We have to. We are already nearing half a tank, and we are just barely off the ground. We have 2.6 miles to go till Maplewood, and we are officially at half fuel. We're traveling very slowly. This is gonna be close, folks. This is gonna be very close. Like really stinking close. Actually, it's not as close as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still close. All right, we need to slow down. We need to be very careful not to destroy ourselves. Refuel straight up back in the air and right over to the weather station, which is actually pretty close here. Can I get off the ground? I can. All right, let's get over to the weather station. We can make this one no problem. And then that will be done for this area. And we'll get to go. I don't want to I want to leak it so bad, but I can't. You guys just got to sit here and you got to watch. Stay tuned, folks. We are almost there. All right, land. Boom. Final mission completed. And we just got a ton of coins for that. Thank you so much for your help. We successfully collected the data. We send it to the research center in the mountains. Can you go there to see if they need further assistance? we mark the location on your map. And just like that, we have unlocked the mountains. Now we need to go back because obviously we won't be able to get there because it is quite a bit of ways away. We will definitely not be able to get there with our current setup. So what's gonna happen? Nope. Deleted. We have 4.6K and we're actually gonna go, oh, I can't, I gotta put down cockpit really quick. We're gonna need this cockpit here. Let's go back and we need to unlock some things with our scraps. First off, we need this engine, the small jet engine, definitely. Not gonna worry about the big one. We need the wing. I have quite a bit of scraps. I need to save it though. Need the tail wing. Fuel, definitely. Big wheel. Big retractable landing gear. And we don't need batteries or anything like that yet. I don't want to invest in that. All right, we have enough now to get us to where we need to go. All right, let's test this out. Oh yeah, this is way better. Way better, not really on fuel wise, but speed wise and weight wise, way better. And we still have 125 capacity, so we are cruising pretty good. But I think we have enough fuel now to make it all the way to the lumber mill, which is a crucial point. If we don't have enough fuel to make it all the way to the lumber mill from starting base, then we will not have enough fuel to make it to the snow, which is where we're going to be going over there, the mountain ranges. So really, this is going to be a test. Yeah, we are still cutting it close, but we can definitely make it now, which is good because, again, this is going to be a relatively, the distance from the base to the lumber mill is going to be a relatively short distance compared to what we are going to be dealing with. So, oh, let's try not to crash. Oh, slow down, slow down. All right, refuel, and we're going to go straight to our new home, which is going to be the snow. Yep. This plane also doesn't look half bad, by the way. I will say that. Just being built on the spot over like 3 minutes isn't that bad. And just like that, ooh, this is quite a long gap, but we're going to make it just fine. So, this is not going to be our final stop. We still have one more place to go to really expand our options across this new area. We need to actually descend here, first of all, without dying. Because I don't want to remake this flight. I don't. Although we will have to do it quite a few times. Alright, refuel. And now we need to go to one more spot. One more spot. And we need to go to our map here. It's right over here. The only issue with this area is the really steep ascents and descents. You need to have a lot of power to be able, a lot of power and a lot of speed to do to be able to complete this area. If I remember, we need to have really fast vehicles, fast and powerful vehicles. Because look at the climb you have to get out of here. Our last plane could not make this climb. However, we received the data from the weather station, but we need more data to figure out the source of the earthquake. Can you collect soil samples for us? Yes. However, folks, I guess we're going to call that. I'm going to go fly back to our starter base over there. That way I can also get some thumbnails while I'm flying. So, if you guys want to see more, make sure you let me know down below. Comment, like, subscribe. That's how I know you guys want to see more of a video. Even if you don't watch my channel every day, you can go ahead and like and subscribe. Again, subscribe even if you don't watch me every day because it helps me out, helps out the channel. And I will catch you guys all in the next one.